More news now. A badly bruised teenager says police beat him up thinking he had swallowed drugs. So why didn't they do a drug test? The I-team asked the chief about allegations the officer used excessive force. The teenager insists he was only chewing gum. Police originally said they were waiting on drug test results, but the I-team's Jermont Terry discovered those results may never come. He's here with more on the big I-team investigation.
Mike, right now there's an internal investigation underway to determine if officers' actions were justified. Police say they took Jordan Kane down because he used excessive force because of drugs. Just last week, MPD told us they were still waiting for drug test results, and now they say drugs were never recovered.
Remember Jordan Kane? He's the teenager who ended up looking like this with bruises and cuts to his face after two Milwaukee police officers pepper sprayed him during an arrest.
I was physically scarred. I was pushed to the ground. My head was shoved into the ground.
Police reports obtained by the I-team suspected Kane of ingesting drugs. But on that day at the gas station, Kane insists
I was chewing spearmint gum.
When the I-team originally pressed MPD about the arrest, it nearly ended a news conference.
Come on, we're done. Anybody else have any other questions? We're not going to go back. We're just keeping debating the same question.
Now Police Chief Ed Flynn sits down to answer a few questions.
The investigation into the citizen complaint is ongoing.
We wanted to know one thing.
Have you guys heard back from the blood test results as to whether or not he had any drugs or anything in his system?
Well, that investigation is continuing.
But listen to what police said just last week.
We do not have records and information back from the hospital yet.
How long will that take?
That I can't tell you.
Now the chief clarifies the status of that drug test.
Was a test performed at the hospital on drugs or no at this point?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, I know we didn't ask for one.
The chief says Kane wasn't arrested for drugs, but the police reports say that was the reason for the aggressive takedown.
Is it standard procedure if you believe someone has ingested something like that?
You would want to do a test if you intended to charge them with those drugs. All right? If you're not intending to charge them with those drugs, if that's not what the governing offense is, no.
Now, Kane was taken to the hospital for his injuries. Chief Flynn says that if the hospital did a drug test, it won't release those results to police. As for Kane, he has filed 2 complaints, one with Internal Affairs and the other with the Fire and Police Commission. Back to you.
Thank you for that update, Jermont.